Hello, Denver Christian Bible Church. It's really a pleasure and a privilege to be able to share some of my memories of Denver Christian Bible Church over the last 10 years. And when I think about what it felt like when we decided to start Denver Christian Bible Church, the first word that comes to my mind is that it was just scary. It was scary because we didn't know what to expect, and we didn't have any kind of formal plan in place that says this is what you do, or these are the steps you take, or this is what you need to have in place to make this happen and launch well. All we had was a heart that wanted to serve God and serve His people and meet a need that we know was there, and we went about that the best we could, which is probably the best place to be in retrospect and in hindsight, because it was a position where all we could do was trust God and seek His direction and ask Him every step of the way what's next, and just being able to watch Him unfold the ministry of Denver Christian Bible Church in such an organic way. And I think that's what's really special about the last 10 years of DCBC, is that people just came together and said, we're gonna follow God, and we're gonna do what He gives us to do, and we're gonna strive to do it well, the best we can. And I remember sitting in the living room at our house and just thinking, what are we going to do? And what's so funny is that the topic of conversation that we spent so much time talking about was pens. And we need to make sure we have pens. And so one of our former members went out and purchased a bunch of pens, and we had pens. The first, Alan Smith, he called and said, hey, I can let you guys use the building at Martin Luther King Jr. Early College, because I believe a formal and impromptu praise team kind of established right there in the moment, and we sang songs and we worshiped God right there in the library at Martin Luther King Early College, which leads to another favorite memory of mine, and that was just being a part of the praise team for so many years. We had a good time at rehearsal just about every week. And Sister Naomi Willoughby, she had a phrase that kind of spread like wildfire, and is, won't He do it? Yes, He will. And sometimes when we would sing The Blessing Is On You, we began, the blessing is on you, do, do, the blessing is on you. And that was something that the church, we just did it. It was just a thing. Those were good times at praise team rehearsal on Thursday nights. Our trip to Albuquerque was big. Our trip to Albuquerque was very big. That was a time of reunion and reconnection and fellowship with our church in Albuquerque, fellowship. And what was so amazing about that time was that we got to bring our family from Denver to share and engage with our family in Albuquerque. And it was just so beautiful to be able to share in that experience as a church. Think about how we wrote scriptures all along the floor in our brand new, old and brand new. It was new to us. We went through a ton of renovations and remodeling, and before everything was finalized, we got to come together and pray in that space and write scriptures and prayers all throughout the building before it got covered with carpet and new pews and new floors. And that was just beautiful to worship in the place that God was preparing for us. And now here we are 10 years in, and God is still moving and God is still working. And the beautiful thing in this moment for me is that John and I continue to get to be a part of seeing how God will continue to unfold His plan and what He'll do in the life of this ministry and this people. And that it's not necessarily closing the door on a chapter, but it's stepping into a new one and just anticipating, like that anticipation was at MLK, anticipating what's in store in this new season to come. And I am excited to see what God will do.